Hey everyone, I know I was supposed to make a tutorial for the 303 that opens in 2.15 seconds like the Hipster. And I was working on that tutorial and I was practicing it, and then I discovered a few things. And those things are that I was fucking stupid when I made this door. No, it's not that, but the sequence I developed was better than I myself initially realized, which sounds kind of strange. But essentially, there's just unnecessary wiring here. And that's not because I wanted to inflate the volume. If I had done that, then you wouldn't have this airspace here. It was just that earlier iterations and earlier versions of the sequence that I used required this toggle, for example. However, with the way I made the sequence, this didn't really require it. You still require it with this wrap setup to make it non-locational, but this was locational regardless. So yeah, and MN was kind of big, and I found other things that I could simplify, and long story short, I was like, I had a smaller layout lying around, because this was 770 blocks, so why don't I just make a smaller one? And yeah, that is the store. There's still some air thingies, especially here, there's quite a bit of air, but other than that, the wiring is pretty dense. There's quite a lot of stuff going on. And I'm pretty happy with it. And I will make a tutorial for this. Yeah, maybe even tomorrow to make up for the fact that yeah, I wanted I promised that tutorial. And the thing is it's kind of crazy. Well, not crazy. Actually, let me show it and talk while doing that. You can see closing is a bit faster than on that version. This reset is slow. That's because, well, the reset could be faster. I have versions that have barely any reset. The problem is that the way I power the slider, it's important, because otherwise these would push the stack out. So there needs to be some moving blocks here. That's why there isn't even a slider there. The problem is this row gets all powered by a dust line. That makes it not fully it doesn't make it locational if I just power this whenever these blocks arrive, because well, if this block gets placed, this block gets placed, and then this block gets placed, then yeah, this updates this and this reset can extend. But if this piston gets placed first and then updates this thing, but there are some moving blocks here, well, then it can't power. And then these self-update, and then it could power, but well, it doesn't receive an update telling it, yeah, you can extend. So it is locational. However, that didn't take me that long. I was just initially very pissed that I had to add reset, and there was no real other way. I spent a good 2-3 hours just trying to find another way, but I didn't. In this tutorial, I will show you how to wire the version that's locational. If you are lucky enough in your location that it works, then you can also have the faster version. It really took a long time to figure out was this wrap, because I need 3 block vent delay. For I mean, it's just an input, so you may think why, but because for some reason, the block vent delay between this verticing and this extending is too little. So in some locations, actually the middle piston didn't fully extend. Or was a thing, but this update these, so that's fine. But these these two updating this one is locational if you only have 2 updater pistons. If you have 3 updater piston, then that's fine, because this one could get updated from this, and that works. That's not locational, at least from how my testing. But fitting this here was a nightmare, and you may think why. I mean, couldn't you just do this and you're done? And the thing is, you're not wrong, this would work for this wrap, but the problem is this line gets constant powered at some point for some time. Or not this line, is it this line? There was an issue with this. Wait, I'm just reading something. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The problem is, for example, I can't have any pistons here. So I couldn't have any pistons here because they get powered from here. I couldn't. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. So the way this setup works, don't get me wrong, and it's not hard to find, but the problem is that the setup is locational. because depending like on how this updates, if this unpowers, but this unpowers like first, and then this does unpowers in the same tick later, well, then this doesn't realize that it's getting unpowered, because, well, when it gets unpowered here, it's still QC'd from here. So but this rail here actually fixes that, and that's kind of weird, because like usually you'd have to connect it to this thing and have like a node block right here, but, well, I mean, then like this doesn't redirect. So how does it work? And the cool part is, and that's that the rail, like when this does unpause, it updates all the like blocks around it too, and then this does realize, oh, I also need to unpower. And when those updates finish, it updates the block below, and that's like, I had DoorMaker look into the code to absolutely make sure that that's how it works, and yes, yeah, this is how it works. So I guess you can say that this is the first time a door of mine had required code digging. Well, I may have like DoorMaker did the coding for me, because I as of right now haven't fully I haven't decompiled Minecraft yet, because I wanted to do it with like the fabric to have like proper variable names, and I just haven't gotten around to that. Because also I just don't really need to do that. Yeah, something I just now realized is that I actually may not have needed a thing like that. The solution here would be like there is an easier solution here. Not 100% sure. I'll play around with that in a second, because if that works, then I'm gonna be really pissed, because like finding this like rail thingy and even thinking about that took like a day. And even then, like, I wasn't like knowledgeable enough about like the notifiers to make sure that it really works. So I had to ask people in the Zurich code, and they didn't understand at first what I was even asking. And then Shinji came through. Also, very like credit to Shinji, because he gave me, like, he told me a way, like, he showed me that this is actually reliable, which like is why I even tried to make the door reliable in the first place. I mean, like, here these are just like far enough away so this doesn't like receive an update. But yet this actually is reliable due to some quirkiness, which I will maybe explain if I understand it in the tutorial, but if not, then I will just leave a link to the Discord post of Shinji explaining why this is reliable, because it's quite fascinating. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with this door. It's like, it isn't a crazy like door, but I'm really happy with it. It was a side project, and I'm like I actually didn't plan on doing this, but oh well. Life sometimes has plans, and you have different plans. So yeah, there's not much more to say. It has a few more entities, because I have like a bigger wrap chain here. Yeah, and like if you look in here, like the wiring is actually pretty like dense. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I managed to make it reliable. So yeah, now I hope that my microphone was recording. Okay, I hope my voice also isn't too dead. Like, I've been working in the garden all day, so, well, not all day, but like for a long time, so my voice might be a bit dead. Yeah, but I wanted to record this to upload it tomorrow. And like, you will not, like, next week's video won't be like the tutorial for this exclusively. Like, you will get a separate video, but like the tutorial I will just upload maybe like tomorrow, maybe on Monday. Depending on how like shit turns out, because I don't want to upload 2 videos on the same day. But like, you will get that like as an exclusive, because I promised it. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. But like, look at it this way, now you get a tutorial for it that works, that's reliable, and that is smaller and more efficient. I mean, like, there's still some things like that I could do better here, but I really can't be asked right now, because yeah, I'm a bit tired. Yeah. Also, next week I might have something quite interesting to tell you. I'm not 100% sure yet, and yeah, there will be probably a surprise to most of you if that actually like is gonna, yeah, cryptic message at the end, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm out, and yeah, catch you in the next one. See ya.